I'm gonna do something before we do anything, but I gotta wait for people to come in as well. But welcome in when everyone comes in. I'm also waiting for the stream to pop up like on my thingy so I can like watch it, make sure nothing weird's happening. But yeah, welcome in when y'all get in. Damn, is it just not gonna show me my stream? But we're gonna get some tips and tricks. There we go. For healing and forgiveness. I'm also going to pull out some angels. And the reason we're gonna pull some angels is just for some support to know who's around. You know, I'm feeling called to use the angel deck a lot more now, so we're gonna be doing that. And I think that's Spirit trying to tell me I gotta do an upload on the other channel at some point too. And you wanna come out, so I'll let you flop out. Okay, so that's beautiful. The first angel that we have for the helping is Ariel, the revealing god, perception and revelation, discovery of hidden treasures, and reveals secrets of nature. You're damn. That's exactly what we're about to do too. Let me tell you for a fact. That's exactly what we're about to do. We're about to help y'all out. Because I don't know how true this is for all of you all, but most of the time when it comes to like looking up information on healing, hey, I'm glad. Listen, I'm doing what Spirit's been guiding me to do recently, Mark. So I'm glad it's been enjoyable. But I don't know if we all it's the same way for you all, but it's kind of hard to find information on like how to heal and like tips for that shit and like forgiveness and stuff of that nature. You know what I mean? Like I find it hard to find like because I mean you can find like images online to say, oh yeah, this is that, but like it's hard to find someone that's almost willing to talk about it for free. Not not digging no one's game, but I don't think healing should be behind a paywall. Um. Okay. Well, we have four. I'm gonna just use four angels today. I felt called for this, but we have the angels to help us with the session. We have Asalaya as well as God, the just judge. Contemplation makes the truth known in legal proceedings. I don't know what that was about. Legal proceed. That could be the courts. That could be the courts. We have Chariot, which is Michael, who is like God. Perseverance, success in conflict, overcoming adversity, and Hanael. Michael and Hanael are coming out a lot. Um, yeah. Speaking of Michael, I got my little Michael statue here too. I might as well put you here. Yeah. And then we have Hanael, joy of God. Joy and pleasure brings happiness to couples, removes negative energy. You bet your ass we removing this negative energy. I don't want none of it around. Yeah, and then Akaya on the bottom, the forbearing god. Patience reveals secrets of nature, spreads knowledge and mystery. You bet your ass. Listen, if this ain't the most perfect pull of angels to get, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Rael. Thank you, Asalaya. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Hanael. And thank you, Akaya. Um, so some good tips for healing and just in general, it's because healing is all about emotions. Let's just be real. Healing is all fully just about emotions and how you feel, how something makes you feel, your actions, your reactions, your emotions, your energy in motion. You know what I mean? Um, but what I found very helpful is whenever you find an emotion, let's say like anger, because that's just like a simple, everyone's felt mad before. So you have anger. And instead of sitting there and being like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, and then trying to ignore it and having the anger just get more and more and turning into irritation, focus on that anger. Like what color does anger seem like? And instantly I heard red. Because that also relates to the root chakra. It can also be like just messing with your stability and all. But what color is anger to you specifically? What color does the anger you're feeling represent? And think about that color for a minute. Let that color like see yourself, see your energetic or your I want to say astral body, your auric field even. Turn that color and soak in it. Realize what color is like are you feeling? Because everything's light, and you know, you got to find out what light color you're feeling. And when you feel that color, like, acknowledge it. Or you can even see it like a ball in your hand. You can even try and, like, with your third eye, even see what emotion you're feeling, like colorize it. Turn it into like a shape or something. Visualize it to where it's not just internal, and look at it or feel it or see it. You know what I mean? And study it. How does it make you feel? Why do you think it looks like this? You know what I mean? Take that emotion and transmute it instead of just focusing on wanting to get rid of it. Learn about it, study it, get a connection with it, understand it more than oh my god, I hate this feeling, or you know what I mean? Like, study it and thank it. Be like, thank you for showing your presence here. Thank you for being something that I'm able to feel. Even if you don't enjoy how you feel, like, you know who enjoys feeling angry, you know what I mean? But thank the emotion and be like, I'm grateful to be able to experience something like you, but I no longer have need for you and the situation that you're tied to, and let it fly away. Like, thank it for its service. Don't allow these emotions, these feelings, to go unheard. A lot of times you can accidentally bottle up emotions by not paying attention to them. And it's important to realize that we are meant to feel emotions. Emotions are not a bad thing. We're supposed to feel them. We are supposed to digest them. We are supposed to transmute them. And though we can just transmute them and it's like, yeah, whatever, I transmuted it. Learn about it. Learn how learn about that emotion. You know, it's energy. It's a thing. It wouldn't be a thing if it, you know, if it wasn't a living thing, it wouldn't be real. You know, everything has its own spirit attached to it. Always, this is a spiritual world. Some things have the spirit of addiction tied to it. Some things have the spirit of, like, oh my god, like glamour. You know what I mean? However you feel about a certain object is the spirit connection. Is the thing that you're looking to. And same thing with emotions, same things with words. Why does certain words make you feel weird? Why does, for the one, oh my god, it's not synesthesia because that's seeing colors, but for the ones that can, like, taste colors and shit, I know, I probably have a few y'all in here who can do that, but think about it, enjoy, like, not think about it, but study it. Just make sure you study your emotions. Don't just heal from it, like, learn about it so that you know immediately, like, oh, you're popping up again because you're wanting to this reaction, you're wanting to be seen again. Like, why you want to be seen in this scenario? Seeing sounds is pretty cool, I'm not even gonna lie. But um it's it's very important because they're all part of you, and everyone knows what anger is, but we all feel anger on different levels. Some of us feel anger and it's like, whatever, like, I'm just gonna, like, sit around and be agitated and go silent. Some people, when they feel angry, they go out and scream and yell and punch things. You know what I mean? There's variation between it, so understand how that emotion affects you and what you can do with that emotion, to almost, like, get along with it, because a lot of emotions that cause irritation, even the emotion of irritation, um they they're there to show you, like, that you feel that way about it. Why are you feeling anything other than love towards a situation? Why do you feel icky? Why do you feel like not worthy of something? Like, why are these emotions popping up? What color are they? What shape are they? Like, what is that scenario able to tie into something um that relates to, like, your soul, to your heart? Is it like a memory that you had that makes you feel this way about this emotion? You know what I mean? Because you can see things from the past, but as long as it's like you can see something from the past and then see it again now and have two different reactions to it. So even if it's like a good emotion, still, like, thank it. Don't just give thanks and be like, okay, I'm happy that you're here. A negative emotion, go away now. Give thanks to the happy ones you do too. Show gratitude because, like, damn, I feel happy as fuck. I could go around and click my heels all day. Thank you for allowing me to feel this emotion. See what color it is. See everything about that emotion as well. Don't leave any emotion out, you know? And fully just like, embody it. Don't let it control you, but embody it. Let it do its thing. Don't push it away too soon. Don't cut it off. Listen to it. Listen to what it's trying to tell you. And thank you so much. I'm glad you do. I'm glad I'm doing my purpose on earth. It makes me happy. But thank you so much for the donation as well. But make sure you're feeling it. You're not pushing it away. Don't be scared of emotions. It's okay. Listen, not you're not going to wake up every day and be the happiest person on earth. Okay, that don't think that. I mean, you can, but don't think that if you can't. You know what I mean? Don't overstep your boundaries. It's good to learn, but it's also good to know like where you're at. It's good to like, oh, I feel like crap today. I just woke up, I felt weird. Did you have a weird dream? Did you sleep wrong? You know what I mean? Did something spiritual happen in your sleep state? You know, X, Y, like, there's so many reasons for why. And don't let those things, like, scare you. Think back and think on it. Like, yeah, I might have slept a little bit wrong, or I'm just not feeling it today. That's a perfect, like, you don't have to have a full on, like, paragraph reason for why your back hurts when you wake up. It's like, fuck, I just slept wrong, and that's okay. And I'm agitated that I slept wrong because I knew I shouldn't have been in that position before I went to sleep or when I went to sleep, but I did it anyway because I just wanted to sleep like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just make reason to yourself. Don't push it away like, oh fuck, my back hurts, and now that my back hurts, now I got to be mean to the first person that I see to make my back feel better. No, just be nice to yourself. Allow yourself to feel that emotion because your problems aren't anyone else's problems, and you can't go around and being like, oh, I'm in a bad mood because I woke up at like 5 a.m. and I usually wake up at 7, and I'm just gonna be mean to the first person I see because I woke up early. Like, no, 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 no. Like, take that time when you wake up early to be like, dang, why'd I wake up early? Does my spirit team want to talk to me? Like, did I have like a weird dream or something? Like, what's going on? Or did I just wake up randomly? Do I have to go pee? Do I need water? You know what I mean? There's a better reason than just, oh, I woke up, I'm mad. And you need to be able to embody that for especially on a healing journey. And then also same thing goes for like forgiveness too. Why what was the action? If you could turn the scenario that you were in that you're needing to forgive into an object, what object would it be and why? Like, make light of it. That, making light, make fun of it, make it into a joke. Don't like laugh at it, but make it into something that you can turn into light. It's the transmutation. So like, yeah, it's like, oh, fuck, like this breakup was like a three-legged table. It was okay, but it wasn't sturdy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, make some sort of joke out of it so that you're able to be like, yeah, I can see why I thought it was a good idea, but then like I accidentally kicked the table, or I put too much on the table, or they put too much on the table. But don't blame it on you. Like, just have the object be there. There's no blame. You were just doing what you had to do, and then the table just broke because it's three-legged. It's not that sturdy. But make light of a situation. Always, always, always. Another good thing you can do for healing is whenever you feel a certain way about a person, ask yourself why. Like, what is that person doing that's making me mad? What are they trying to reflect to me? Like, maybe you don't. It's like, let's okay. This is a really funny one, right? Let's say you're listening to music, right? And you're trying to get someone's attention, so you start not pecking on their shoulder, and they rip their earbud out and go, "What do you want?" Like screaming at you, and you just go, "Nothing, never mind, geez," and you get mad because it's like, "Damn, why'd you yell at me?" I mean, don't wouldn't you not like if someone like went up to you and did that same thing? Like, you might think that you could handle it better, but would you truly? Or like, what if someone came up and like ripped your earbud out? You know what I mean? Like, think about it, because everyone's just a reflection of you, and we're all here to learn. And though it seems kind of shitty, think about it, in that kind of weird way, but it's like you have to remember that everyone is just you. Everyone is you on different levels, on different planes, on different existences, and different timelines. Different life. Like, someone could be you in the past life that you're meeting now because they're needing to learn your past life lesson, and you're crossing paths because, hey, I used to do that and then I quit because I realized that that's a no-no, and they just haven't realized that yet, so they have to learn that lesson when meeting you. And and it's not like an unfortunate thing, because rather it be taught by you than someone else. And always remember that too. Don't don't blame yourself for needing to be a teacher and a student, because everything's a teacher and everything's a student on this earth. You are not smarter than anyone, and no one knows more than you. Everything you know, everything that you intake, everything that you receive, you already know on some degree. It's either you haven't awakened to that point yet to where you're understanding it, or you just never thought of it that way. All the knowledge in this world is digestible for everyone. Everyone has different ways of explaining things, which is why you gravitate, find your soul tribe, to find the people that talk the way that you would understand, or reveal messages the way that you need to hear them, or have that energy that you need, because we're all on the same mission to grow, heal, and evolve. There's no difference. You can go to someone else who wants to talk about healing and stuff, and they'll say what I'm saying in a different way. You know, it won't be the way that I'm saying it, but it'll be in a way that might be more suitable for you. You never know. But there's a need to realize and almost actualize that you already know what you need to do and how you need to heal. You're just looking for someone not really to validate it, but to say it in a way to where you can grasp onto it tighter. Because it's not like you're not trusting, it's not that you're not fully trusting yourself, but you're not understanding yourself fully. You need to, it's not like you're lost or anything. It's like your soul is telling you something that it knows, and you're just needing something to compare that to. It's that weird like compare contrast where you know you should do this, but you don't know how to, and then someone tells you exactly what you were thinking or along those lines, or something that you didn't think of but you can grasp really easy. And that's, another part of just understanding and healing for your soul. But there's for healing, you can also just like make a game out of it almost, because healing is like, though it's tough and hard, there's not, you don't need to sit down and suffer. You you need to be able to like have fun with it at sometimes, because not all healing is going to be fun, but it's like not all healing is negative. You get to a point where you heal from something over and over again. It's like the only reason why I'm thinking about this one thing is because there's something deeper that I need to dig in. I've already healed from X, Y, and Z that they've done, but now I need to be able to dig in deeper, because a lot of people just want to find out the problem. They want to go, "Oh, I was right about you. You're a stingy little bitch. I hate you." Yada yada yada. Like they want to just have that gratification from their ego, being like, "Yeah, I knew you were doing that the whole time." Well, if you knew they were doing it the whole time, why are you still sticking yourself in such an angry cycle? A lot of times messages are repeated in tarot and stuff from spirit guides, and whoever you listen to truly, because there's something there that you're not paying attention to fully, and it needs to be hammered in a little bit, or said in different ways, or handed to you on a different platter. You know what I mean? Which is why it becomes sort of a game. It's like a bingo sheet. It's like spirit goes, okay, so we checked off this, this, and this, but we still need these three things to make a full bingo. How are we going to get these three messages conveyed to collective? Well, we could say it like this, and then we can say it like that. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how spirit wants you to take healing as well. Healing from one person, like, can you relate that person to another circumstance that you had? And if you can, how do they relate? How can you heal from that? Don't mash the two people together. No, these are two separate people. But take the energy and like make a Venn diagram. Basically, y'all know Venn diagrams, but you need to almost make a Venn diagram out of it. Like, so Terry, you know, didn't clean the house, knocked her garbage can over, and then Samantha had a dog that knocked the trash over, and Samantha didn't clean up after the dog, and you're mad at both of them equally. Well, you're only mad because there was a mess and no one fixed it. You're not mad at the people. The dog was just something to look at. You were just trying to push blame away from the big part, which is, I don't want a mess. I want someone to pick up their mess. You know what I mean? There's a need to realize that too. Why are you feeling certain ways? A big trick to realize why you feel it, like why you're getting a certain emotion from a certain thing, is just by looking at where you're at in the position. Did like how would you, like, you're like, oh, I wouldn't have made that mess. If I made that mess, I would have picked it up. Yeah, but not everyone is going to be so open to make, clean up a mess. Everyone's going to be different. Some people are going, I didn't even know it was a new moon. That's crazy. I didn't know this. That explains so much. Anyway, I had no idea it was a new moon. That explains like a lot. um, but like realize that they're just a reflection of you. Maybe they're having a lazy day and you're having a productive day, and they don't want to clean because they're having a lazy day, and your productive day is like, fuck, I want to clean this mess up, but it's not mine. But if I clean it up, I'm gonna get mad, and if I don't clean it up, I'm gonna get mad. But it's like you want the mess gone, so just if it's just clean it up, make their lazy day a little bit easier, and make your productive day a bit more productive. You know what I mean? Like, look at the bright sides. Don't focus so much on the issues, because that's your ego poking through. Your ego wants to go, oh, there's a mess and no one's picking it up, and they should pick it up because it's their mess. No, listen, it doesn't matter whose mess it is. Like, it's like, I'm talking about trash, by the way. I'm not talking about personal problems. I'm talking about like garbage. Just to reiterate, because I got a spirit was like, listen, you might want to. So we're talking about like someone makes trash on the floor. We're not talking about personal issues. Okay, this is an example, but like, just pick it up, move it out of the way for yourself, because it's only making you mad. It's not bothering the other person. It's making you mad. So just do what you need to do. Don't allow yourself to sit in anger because you're not wanting to do something, not really even for someone else. It's for you, because you're the only one upset about it. You know what I mean? So pay attention to where your emotions are, and if you're putting blame on anyone, because there's not a need to put blame on someone if they're not working with it. It takes two to tango, and sometimes the tango is just you and your ego playing tug of war. So make sure that you're checking yourself, because it's easy. It's easy to be blinded by your ego. I've said it. I don't know if I've posted it on here yet or not, but I talk about it a lot. But you um you and your ego are like frenemies. Um, your ego is a frenemy because it's been beat into you. It's something that you're stuck with because you're here, but and it doesn't like you. It wants to control you in a sense, while your soul is like, hey, I'm here for you. But you get beat into the sense of using your ego over and over and over again, because your ego's like your defense mechanism. You know what I mean? Instead of it being your soul letting the divine defend you, you're thinking, oh, I can defend myself, I can do it myself, it's whatever. But sometimes you can't do it by yourself. Sometimes you need a divine to help you. Sometimes you need, if available, other people to help you, and there's no shame in that. But um, you almost become like nose blind to your ego, because you're unable to see when your ego comes up, because you're so used to acting out in like a really rash, rapid way. A good way to remember this is your ego is very fast paced. Your ego's like, think of Knight of Swords energy for tarot. Your ego shoots through. Your ego's like, no, it's this. Your soul is patient. Your soul is very it's the slower. It's the Knight of Pentacles. It knows what it needs to do. It thinks. It's methodical. It goes, okay, so this happened, and little bro over there is throwing a tantrum, but little bro, I don't want little bro to be in charge because little bro's gonna make a bigger mess. Why don't we just do this instead? And that's where like your intuition comes in. And you're like, okay, well, if I do this, let's like we'll bring it back to the trash. If I yell at my roommate for having trash on the floor, they just gonna get mad at me, and then everyone's gonna be mad, and they're gonna blame me for this. And then your soul's like, hey, if you just pick up the trash, like you'll feel better. They'll probably be like, damn, that was really nice of you, or like I was gonna pick that up. Don't worry about that, but who cares? It's already in the past. So just allow yourself to understand that a lot of, or truly almost all of your emotional upheavals come from a battle between you and your expectations. And there's not a need to overthrow. There's not a need to put someone on a pedestal to meet your expectations, because that's very like illogical. It's super illogical. Everyone has their own place where they want to stand, and it's up to you to realize that. It's up to you to just not necessarily be the bigger person, but it's up to you to realize if you are putting someone on a pedestal, if you are expecting too much from someone. And if you are, you could change it. And there's nothing wrong with changing it. An example, like, damn, a really good example is one of my friends got mad. Well, it was about like 2 years ago ish. I got mad at one of my friends at the time because they weren't being there for me when I needed them. And they told me that they were incapable of doing that at the time. And while doing healing work, they were depressed at the time, and I was expecting a lot from them, which is completely fine and valid. But I put them on a pedestal to where I was like, no, you're not being someone that I need you to be. That I need you to be was the sentence that really stuck out to me at the time, because I didn't realize it when I was in action. But when I looked back and I, healed from it, I was like, no, kind of, I did have you on a pedestal. I don't know why I was so codependent on needing you to do this. I could have done that for myself. I was looking for what I lacked inside of me for you. And that shouldn't be a thing. I shouldn't I shouldn't put you down because I'm lacking on the inside. And, you know, you might realize that, you might not. But healing from that is very, very, very beneficial, because it shows you your own codependency. It's like you end up being codependent. Your ego is codependent. Your ego needs you. You don't need your ego. Your ego needs you. Your ego will make you seem like you're doing something in the upright just so it can have this validation of, see, I told you needed me. I told you they would have got mad. And it's because the ego pre-planned them getting mad at you, because the soul was already like, hey, don't do that, because if you do that, they're going to get mad. Well, yeah, if they get mad, I'm going to do this. And then that will put them in their place and they won't stand up to me. It's like, no, no, no. If you just don't do that, but your ego's like, no, I have to. It's like, I got to. And it's like, no, 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 you don't have to. You can relax, you can chill. You can simmer down, you can just breathe. But your ego needs some sort of action. Your ego needs something to defend from. It's the defender mechanism. It needs you to be in danger so it can tell you to defend and justify some sort of action that is premeditated at the end of the day, whether you realize it or not. It might be subconsciously, it could be consciously, but it's premeditated. It's action that at some point in time that conversation happened inside of you, and you, instead of, you made the choice to act out instead of act within. And there's just a big needing to understand that as well, especially for the healing journey, because times, well, I say a lot of times, but I mean all the time, truly. I'm just like softening it for a reason, but you're the issue. You're not the issue, and you're the issue. It depends on how you act. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, that was the biggest confirmation I've ever got. Anyway, you need to look at yourself and realize that your actions may be the reason why. And you need to realize as well that your actions aren't an issue. And that's kind of confusing to talk about, but we'll dig into it. Because the way you react can be an issue to someone else, but that's how you reacted. That's just how you acted at that time. That's what you chose to do. So it's an issue, but it's not. If it was an issue, you wouldn't have chose to act like that in that moment. But it's an issue to someone else. You see what I mean? So you need to realize that when you act out towards someone, you can't control their emotions, but you can control your own. So why not control yours first? They can go off and scream and throw a tantrum if they want to, but as long as you stay in control, as long as you stay down and stay booked in, everything's fine. You don't need that codependency of, oh, I'm being nice, so why aren't you being nice to me? That, it doesn't matter. That person got their own issues. That person got their own shit going on. That person want to be a fool. They let them. You got to control yourself. It don't matter what anyone else does. And that's hard to say. That's hard to feel, because it's like, I'm such a nice person. I don't do anything mean to these people, but yet they come at me acting all weird. Like, yeah, that's their fault. That's how they want to act. That's completely fine. Forgive them. Understand that, hey, maybe they're just really pissed off, and that's how they're going to handle it. That's fine. That's not how I'm handling it, so I'm okay. I'm not in the middle of the smash up. I'm not going to get tricked up in this. And a lot of people, oh God, Spirit, y'all gonna kick me in the ass for this one, huh? Spirit's making me talk about some real shit, huh? Hold on. A lot of people don't realize as well that their ego tells them how healed they are. Oh, but that's a fun one. No, you will never, ever be fully healed. As long as you are on this earth, you are not healed. Okay? That's just the truth. We're here to grow and evolve. We wouldn't be on this earth if there wasn't something to heal from. Okay? Don't let your ego be like, I'm healed. It's whatever. I'm healed. I'm more healed than that person. I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? To say that you're more healed than someone is a judgment. And you should probably turn that judgment to yourself because it's like, why are you saying you're more healed than them? Why are you if you're healed, you wouldn't be comparing. You know, being healed is being pure. A pure person wouldn't compare someone like, oh, you're lesser than me. Like that's not being healed. That's an ego coming out, honey. So understand that as well. You might get irritated that you're not healed at the level that you know you can be. That's not ego. That's your soul. That's your soul poking at you saying you do it, you can do it, but you're just kind of scared to, or you don't know how to, or you don't have the right reach to yet, or you just simply can't do it at the time. Like maybe it's not the right time, but your soul is pumping the energy through you, letting you know, hey, we're getting close to being able to heal from this on a different level. I hope you're ready. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. There's no need to get mad. We're working on that. We're working on you not getting mad at these things, remember? And some people allow that anger to come through and be like upset. Oh my God, what'd you say? Yeah, actual angels are healed. If you're like real angels are the ones that are healed. That's why they're able to, that they understand. You know, they don't push blame. They don't cause anything. It's an equal give and take. Your angels can give to you just as easily as they can take away. Being an earth angel means you're on school. Earth is school. We're here to learn. We're here to ascend. We're here to, like, our light bodies need to grow and evolve. And the more we heal, the more we understand and learn about ourselves and how we act and how it affects other, well, not really learning about how it affects other people, but just seeing and observing what we do and how it affects the people around us. That allows our light body to evolve, so that when we do ascend into that light body to the Merkaba system, and we rise up and we see the Arcturians and the Lumerians and all of them, it allows us to truly see like, huh, I was irrational, and it wasn't because of what I thought. It was because none of this really mattered. It was all lessons. Why am I getting so upset about not knowing something? That doesn't make any sense. I shouldn't be mad for not knowing this. I shouldn't be. I don't know it. I wasn't taught it yet. You know what I mean? Why get mad at something that you don't know anything about? You know, like that's not what you need to do. That's counterproductive. If you don't, like, we're all put in weird situations, and that's why we got to forgive and heal from these past situations. You didn't know how to handle that shit. Some of y'all might have been scared to fucking death. Like, what were you supposed to do? You tried everything in the book and nothing worked. So of course you're gonna be like, fuck, like I don't know what to do now. You know, like there's no shame in that. You shouldn't have any guilt. But you should take a step back and observe and see what's going on. Understand it. Get familiar with the energy so you don't have to do that again. So you don't have to embody that stuff again. It's hard to do, especially in the moment. It's hard to do. So if you're not in that type of moment, take a step back and look. And if you are in the moment of like still living with this karmic person that you've been with, or you're still in a really rough situation, take a step back and just see how you can heal from it. And remember that healing is not just passive, it's active. So once you find out the issue, take action towards it. And if the action does not work on the 3D, the divine will know and take note of it. And they're like, okay, they did this. They took a step forward, they passed the test. Now we can do something. They needed to learn not to be so codependent on us fixing this. Maybe your angels and guides fixed something in the past that you needed help with. And they're like, let's watch you do the steps again. Let's see if we can help. Let's see if we can push you forward. And it's like you need to take the extra step, that scary step that seems very scary or like counterproductive even. But that's when spirit goes, okay, good, you learned your lesson. You tried this, you tried that, you tried to stay in the middle, you tried ignoring them, you tried talking back, you tried, getting other people involved, you tried just reclusing back and not doing anything. Now we can come in because you've learned the lessons from this person, this energy, this way of handling something, so that you're not pushing it on yourself. um and that's why you got to make like a game out of it. That's why you have to make light of a situation, even if it's hard. Because let me tell you, from someone that had to make light of a situation while being in the midst of it, they don't like it. They don't like it at all. They will do, because I know y'all remember that one video, y'all. I'm not trying to be mean about talking about it, but you remember that video of my roommate like turning off the power to my room and banging on the door because I was just laughing, having a good time. It's scary. Trust me, that shit scared the fuck out of me. But, ugh. Anywho, you have to learn how to make light of a situation. Just ignore it, brush it off. It's not me, that's them. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's cool, whatever. Boundary up. I don't want to see it. I don't want to deal with it. It's over. You know what I mean? So if you are with someone that's in that karmic energy, and you're in this, like, not you, but you're around the karmic energy, I should say, um, and you don't know how to make light of a situation, zone out. Do what you need to do. Listen to music. Listen to meditations. If you can't, if it's not quiet around where you're at, find peace with the noise. Allow that noise to become the new silence. You know what I mean? Allow the racket that you hear to become the norm, and just sink into the energy, and allow like pots and pans breaking and people screaming and dogs barking loudly. Let that become the norm. Find peace in that so that you can achieve your new silence. Everything switches when that happens. It's all a mentality. If chaos is around you, transmute that chaos into peace, and you can. You just have to find out how to do it for you. What allows you to be in that high vibration to transmute that? It's rough, it's kind of hard to do, but it's a learning lesson, and the divine is always here with you. The divine is always with you. That's the thing. That's why everyone keeps telling you like you're highly protected, you're an intuitive one, like you're a chosen one because you're chosen to do this. Now, everyone is a chosen one. If you would not be on earth if you were not chosen. It is free will that drives these people off their path. So remember that as well. They're everyone's a chosen one. They chose though to go down this other path, which is completely fine. That's what they chose. That doesn't mean you get to be mean to them. You just got to go on your own path. They choose to be mean to you. Don't choose to be mean to them back. There's no being a better person. It's just simply loving yourself enough to stay content, to not lash out, to not allow someone to control you that you know is trying to control you. Allow yourself to remain in composure. You're stronger than that. That's part of your test. Part of your test is seeing, are you going to let this person control you because you're acting like a child? Or are you going to continue to try and work on yourself? Because that's what you need to do. How they're acting is how you wanted to act at one point, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe this is how you were afraid of them acting and they started doing it. And Spirit's like, okay, let's get over your fear. The worst has happened. The worst is over. They cannot do this again. If they're doing it again, it's old energy. You can only repeat. If they add a new layer to it, oh well, that's just an extra layer of healing. It's an extra layer of healing that they need to do, and an extra layer of healing that you need to do. And there's two sides. They're two sides, but they're the same. It's either you choose to heal or you don't, though. So these people around you, they might not want to heal. They might still be on that same path of doing X, Y, and Z and harassing and doing whatever the fuck they want to do out there in the streets. Mama, it's for the streets. It's not for us, okay? But don't allow what they're doing to control what you're doing. The divine has you. These lies that people are telling about you, some people, listen, I'm going to tell you this from personal perspective because I used to have a lot of friends, and myself included, used to be in that type of group. Some people will just listen to lies because there's nothing else going on in their life. And they don't even believe those lies. They just go, huh, wow, so they did that? That's crazy as fuck. And they'll just make fun of it. And then they'll move on. Like, they'll just make, because there's nothing really going on. I used to be part of a group of people that did that shit. And, funny part is we all, after we all grew up, we all split ways, and no one really talks to anyone anymore. I try and keep communication with most of them, but everyone's changed. Everyone's like, yeah, we don't do that anymore. We're all like grown up and stuff. It's just a maturity thing. It's a level. It's understanding that, yeah, I didn't have anything to do because I was so codependent on like a group of people to be my entertainment, that if something wasn't happening to them, I had to have something happening to me. You know what I mean? So there's a need to know that and just understand that, yeah, these people, they're still figuring out themselves, and that's fine. There's no judgment, there's no shame, there's no hate. They're just figuring out what they want to do, and to spare time to fill in the blank spots of like healing that they should be doing, they're just kind of poking fun, which is, it's whatever, it's poking fun. But does it matter what they think? Does it matter what these people that don't know you think? No, of course not. Don't allow it to affect you that way. Because these people, though you might run into them, they'll see you in a completely different light. They might, that it's very rare, very very rare that someone's gonna walk up to you and go like, "Oh, haha, aren't you so and so that dated so and did this and this and this and that?" Like, that's super rare. That's like really low vibration, and you're at the point of being such a high vibrational person that if that does happen, you're probably just gonna walk away. You know, and shit, if that does happen to you, just walk away. Don't pay attention to them, because all they want to do is to just, oh my god, so I ran into so and they told me to fuck off. Like, oh my god, I told you they're so mean. Like, that's all they want. That's all they want. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me read them like a book. That's what they're going to do. That's all they want to do. So don't give them the opportunity. Like, let them realize how much of a liar so and so is. Because they're just going to be like, oh, so I seen so and so on the street, and I thought you said that they were all mad about this. And they're like, yeah, they're so mad they don't talk about it. No. Like, oh, they didn't look mad. They just kind of like rolled their eyes and walked on. Like, yeah, they always do that. That's all that's going to happen. That's verbatim what's going to happen. They know, everyone knows it's a lie. Everyone knows it. Like, they're just wanting to see, like, oh, are you gonna play the game? Are you gonna play this game that someone puts you in, or are you gonna not? They might call you a party pooper, but you're a party starter because you're not pooping on the party like they are. Like, come on, you're not doing that weird stuff. You got your own things to worry about. So just make sure you're doing that as well. It's you, and maybe it's like, you ask yourself like, oh damn, what are they saying about me? Don't worry about that. What they're saying about you is the exact opposite of what you are, and let it just slip away. Who cares? You know? Let them make up all the rumors. Let them say all the weird shit they want to say. Let them say things about your past that don't resonate with who you are now. That's completely fine. Listen, no one has a clean slate. People talk about things I did in like middle school, high school, and then like years after, it's just how it happens. It's just what it is. Like, people want to talk. People want to talk shit. People want to, oh, do you know about so and so? Yeah, I know so and so used to do this. Yeah, used to. Now look at them. Now they're not doing that no more. Now they're, oh yeah, so like, this is a big one, and I don't mean to strike a nerve if this does strike a nerve, but like, oh yeah, so and so used to be a drug addict. Like, are you anymore? No, you're not. You're recovering. You're recovered. Okay, you went to rehab. You did your shits. You stood on your own 2 feet and stopped. Who gives a fuck what they're saying? You did something that this person could never do in their life. Fuck, that person probably is on drugs talking shit about you. Just upset that you're not doing them with them. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna break it down for you, because who gives a fuck? They're just upset that you're not the same way and they're the same way. And they wanted you to stay the same because because you're like the most fun person in the room. Like, maybe you're the one that did all the drugs and you're like, oh my God, you're such a party animal. I love that. And then you stopped and now they call you a square. No, you're not a square for not doing drugs. You're just choosing a different life path. You said, yeah, this shit's fun and all, but like, I wanna do something different. I'm tired of this. I don't feel good anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm like, fuck. Like if this is all you see me as is just a fucking dumpster for drugs and shit, I'm not dealing with it. Same for people mocking you. Like maybe you're used to being the butt of the joke in a friend group. You're not dealing with that shit no more. It's like I'm tired of y'all making fun of me. Like y'all just making fun of me so I don't like actually stand up on my own 2 feet. Like sucks to be y'all. I'm moving on. You all can stay seated down. I'm gonna get up and move. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole thing. Like that's just, or like maybe you like ran around and had sex a lot. There's no shame in that either. But like these people are like, yeah, Clayton's a whore. No, you're not. Not even like, bitch. What the fuck? You don't live in the past. You're in the present moment. Okay, you're not in the future. You're in the present moment. These people stuck in the past. They don't gotta worry about the past. You look at the past, you use it as a lesson. I've really evolved from who I used to be, is what you need to say when the past comes. Oh my god, in the past I would have beat this person to smithereens, but here I am, smiling, enjoying myself, and not being mean. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy who you are now and just use the past as a comparison. Because these people, though they want to talk shit about you, it just makes you look better. Because, oh yeah, I remember when Collective used to do this, and that. Awesome. That's what they used to be, and now they're this. That's fucking bizarre. That's actually one of the craziest things I've heard ever. And that's the crazy part, is that's the truth, is that's what you used to be. Don't take shame in it, take pride in it. Yeah, I used to do that shit. And look at me now. You're an inspiration. Heal from that. Allow yourself to understand that you're healing people by not even looking at people, but just by being a word of mouth. Because people talk. People talk about everything and everyone. Fuck, you might have been one of the people, because I used to be one of these people too, that just knew shit about everyone, but you didn't talk to anyone. Like people would just tell you a bunch of garbage because you didn't say anything. You know what I mean? And it's like now everyone's doing that to you, but it's like, oh shit. I remember Collective doing this and that, but now look at them. Now they're healing, they're doing their own thing. Like they don't talk to me anymore. I don't know why. It's like, well, I mean, they know why, but they'll act like they don't know why. Um, but everyone knows what they did. Everyone knows how great you're doing. Everyone knows that you're actually trying and that you're not like doing your best. And they can sit with that and they can do whatever, but you got to understand that that's where you're trying. That's why the past comes up, because you're healing from it. It's like, damn, yeah, I did that. And then you can forgive your past. I'm sorry, past self, for doing this instead of doing what I needed to do now. But let's just keep it a buck and keep it real. I was not mature enough to do what I was doing now back then. And forgive yourself, because it's like, I'm sorry that you had to go through that past self to learn all these tough lessons, but here we are. Let's move forward, because fuck staying in the past. Fuck sitting back in the past and crying over it and being like, damn, I missed out on so many opportunities. Opportunities that you missed in the past you weren't prepared for. Opportunities that if you had in the past, you would have crumbled so much faster than you would have thought. But now you're up here. You're up in the present, where you can handle these things, where you're able to like look at things straight in the eye and go, okay, word, I know what to do now. I'm not stuck in some sort of loop where I'm scared to do something. I can do it now. The only fear that's stopping me now is the fear of uncertainty. And that's something that you can definitely get over. And if you can't get over it, you can at least understand where it's coming from. And from then on, you can ask your guides, like, hey, why am I feeling uncertain by this? Like, why can't I move forward? And maybe you'd see to buckle down a little bit harder. Maybe you just need to do it and just see. There's no dumb question. That's the thing. There really are no dumb questions, because if you don't know, you don't fucking know. To say someone's asking a dumb question is your ego being like, oh, I'm better than you. Sit the fuck down. Shut up. No one cares. Okay. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you were waiting for someone to ask that question just so you didn't look stupid, because you thought you would look stupid if you asked that question. Sorry, not to read someone like that, but listen, people do that all the fucking time. If you gotta be the one to ask the question, that makes you the smartest person in the room. I've heard that from so many people, and it just remains true, because it'd be dumb to sit around and not know what to do. It's ignorance at that point. At least you're asking. It takes bravery to put yourself on a line and ask, like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this? Is this a good idea? Ask away. Someone's gonna give you an answer. Who cares if you think it's a dumb or silly question? There ain't no silly, dumb questions. We're here to learn, baby. And if you don't know something, then learn it. There ain't no shame in learning. Don't let those weird like nerd geek insults get to you. The fuck that shit. Come on. You want to learn something, learn it. Ask questions. Someone will know the answer. And if you asking people that don't know the answer, that's okay. Ask the divine to send someone to you. Ask the divine to like help you with like a Google search or something. You know what I mean? Like if you can't depend on someone, depend on the divine. Depend on yourself. Do some meditations. You know? But don't allow yourself to like trick yourself out. It's all like healing and forgiving and like, damn, I didn't know that. I got to forgive myself. No, you don't have to forgive yourself for not knowing something. Just understand you didn't know it. You know? Just don't let yourself feel less than for not knowing. And also for like being alone, I feel that. I've been mostly alone my whole life too. Let me tell you, don't let yourself feel bad for being alone. You know who you are. You know how bright, how generous you are, how loving, how secure, how you make people feel secure. You can crack people open like fucking pistachios. You know what I mean? Like you got that. You just have that energy, and it's like you need to be alone so that you can do that for yourself, so that you're not gonna overgive to someone and not have enough for you when it's time to work on you. Oh Lord. Exactly. Always choose love. Cause listen, allow yourself to always feel emotions. Don't allow yourself not to feel a certain way if you feel it, but understand why it's there always. That's just the biggest thing. But you got to do that healing work on yourself. I know you want to heal everyone. Trust me. Listen, you want to heal everyone, but you got to heal yourself. And sometimes you can heal yourself. Well, you can always heal yourself through healing other people, but sometimes you need to heal other people to heal yourself. You know what I mean? Sometimes you really need to stick your foot out and be like, damn, I don't know if I can do this, but then do it and then prove to yourself from an external view to validate what you're feeling already. And it's like, damn, maybe I can do this. Maybe I am a healing person. Maybe I do like uplift and spread love and light. You know, maybe sometimes you just need that extra validation. Sometimes it's not enough for you and your guides, and they understand that. Your angels are super patient. Your guides are super patient, and they'll do anything and everything just to prove to you who you are and what you're capable of. But there's a sense of you. You need to believe it too. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would like being alone is scary sometimes, you know. But what the? Okay, I don't know what that was. Anyway, I seen a blue light shoot across. Thank you, Michael, for being here. I don't know who the fuck you're after, dog, but get them. um. Anyway. Yeah, like being alone can be scary, especially if you're stuck on like that codependent energy of like, oh, I don't know how to do this without someone. Like, I just want someone to be with me just in case. Just in case what? Like, why are you making up a scenario that hasn't happened yet? Just to like spook you out of doing something. Being alone, you're perfectly fine alone. You can do everything by yourself. You really can, but it's not. Don't feel bad to ask for help. Don't don't feel scared to ask for help. Don't feel like you're gonna be looked at then lesser than for needing help. Yes, you're a spiritual person. Yes, the divine loves you. Yes, like you've done a lot on your own. And yeah, some people are gonna look at you, oh, you need help from me, you need help from people. I thought you had God on your side. Shut up. First of all, those people go away. Shut up. We don't care. Bye bye. I love you to the moon and back, but listen, that is ignorance at its finest. Gotta go. Okay? Yes, you're spiritual. Yeah, you might have fucking Egyptian Greek gods as your protectors, right? Maybe they want you to ask someone for fucking help. These people don't understand that. These people don't understand like, oh, you're so big and mighty and smart. Why can't you do it by yourself? Uh, well, because I tried to do it by myself and it didn't work, so I want some help. And I asked the divine told me to ask someone. And apparently y'all don't want to help me, so now the divine gotta come in and do it because y'all slacking. Now the divine gotta go run around and find someone else to help me because you're getting mad because you don't want to help someone that's like, listen, make it make sense. Because these people be selling for so much less, and then they're like, "Oh my God, the divine loves you so much. Don't you feel so special?" It's like, yeah, but you had the chance to help me to get supported by the divine too, but you chose to make fun of me and mock me. So Sucks to be you, dog. That's what you chose. Like I'm not like no, you know, no, not trying to poke no buttons or nothing, but listen, honey, like if you're gonna sit around and mock someone about being protected, and then the next second start bitching about how they're protected because you chose to mock them instead of help them, then honey, like I think you're the issue. It's funny though. That's how some people are. So just ignore those people because that's just like those are people that live in a godless world. They might like, oh, I believe in Christianity. No, they believe in Christianity, but do they like follow God? Or they might have oh, I listen to like whatever religion they are, or agnostic, atheist, whatever. They just want to poke fun at something because they don't have it, and they don't want you to feel like you have it either. And bad things happen. You're listen. That's the thing. That's the thing that everyone forgets about. They hear the word divinely protected or earth angel, and it's like, oh, isn't God supposed to be your butt buddy? Isn't God supposed to like help you and keep you safe out of everything? It's like, yeah, God's also my father. God's also my friend. And if I fuck up and I need to do something that I didn't do, I'm gonna learn that lesson, whether I went to or not. That's just how it's gonna be. So I don't need you mocking me. We don't need that energy because listen, honey, you're going through shit just like that, but you're not even turning to anyone. You're just kind of looking around and begging off of people, dog. Like, there's no issue with that either, but I'm just saying, like, I know what I'm choosing is going to be better because this is what I've been chosen to do. And I've been following with full faith, and it's proven time and time again that I'm on something. I don't know. You're on bullshit. You're on some bullshit time. I don't know what the energy is, but like maybe that's like an issue for some of you, like just being mocked out by people or afraid to ask for help because like you are spiritual and people were like, "Oh, I thought you don't need help." Like, no, listen, those are just ignorant people. There are people out there that want to help you. They don't give a fuck that you're spiritual or not. They think it's cool and nice, and they feel comfortable with you being spiritual because that's like a green flag for some people. Some people really do feel more comfortable being around spiritual people. It's just a green flag for some people, and it's like, yeah, I'll help you for sure. Like, what do you need help with? To help people, and then they go around seeing no one helping you. It's like, damn, that's kind of fucked up that you're out here helping XYZ amount of people and ain't no one raising their hand to help you. Let me be that person to help you. That ain't no one else's fault. That's that one person who has a brain cell working, and they're like, damn, you know what? I'm gonna help you. You're doing a lot by yourself. You take on a lot. And you do stuff for yourself and for others, and ain't no one helping you. Some people don't like that. Some people, they stand up for people like us. That's a protector energy. That's the people that you meeting. That's the people that you meeting. And I thank you for that compliment, Mama. I'm glad I'm a green flag. I try so hard. I try so hard. Let me tell you, coming from someone that's like, I've had anger issues. I've gone through, listen, I've done so much work on myself. You wouldn't believe, you would not believe the person I've evolved from. And let me tell you, I'm proud to be. And I'm glad that I'm helping other people do it too. Because there's people like me out there. There's people like you out there too. Everyone's had a bad past. Everyone. And there's people that's always trying. It's whatever. It's all about just being able to share that same light because it's dimmed on some people. Some people have that light so dimmed down, and it's like all they need is just one little spark, and it clicks them back up again. That's all they need. And a lot of people don't want that spark to be lit up because they just, oh, that spark got me put down. My creativity, my individuality got me fucked up in the head. I ain't want that shit no more. And that's perfectly fine. Do what you want to do. But I see it in you. Just know that. And other people see it in them too. But other people won't tell them about it because it's better for them to be down like that. You gotta lift people up. Don't be keep people think lifting people up is being like, oh, I'm gonna keep you at this level because we're all here. No, lifting people up is straight up like telling them who they are. I have told so many people, like even before doing this, like, oh my god, like I have artist friends that could be tattooists and they don't want to be tattooists. I've had multiple friends that were very versed in musicals, and they don't want to do music. I was friends with like an actor that did like play that wanted to be a like a writer, like a page stayer. I tried like they don't listen. They don't want to. It's like they're scared to put themselves out there because they don't want some sort of backlash. And then they see you doing it, but they don't see your backlash. So they need to be your backlash, and it sucks. You're an inspiration, and people are intimidated by that because they want to be an inspiration, but they can be an inspiration, they're just not doing it. So you aren't being mean by like putting that spark back in yourself, because these people are obviously trying to steal your spark. You were trying to put sparks in the wrong, you were plugging it in the wrong outlet, you know what I mean? You're out of butane, you got to put some more butane in your system. But like you gotta push through, you have to push through. It sucks sometimes, it's scary sometimes, but you have to push through, even if it's by yourself, because being by yourself just makes you open to new people coming in, because people will see you, and a lot of people will misread you too, especially if you're shy. There have been so many, let me tell you, from personal experiences, being shy and being in some sort of like industry, like artistic industry. I don't seem shy. I know I don't, but I'm like, I don't talk to people in public. I will sit down. I'm the person who stands in the corner or sits down at a party. Let me tell you. There are times where I give off the energy of I'm too cool for this place, when I'm really just like not able to talk to anyone because there's just too many people, and I'm just like anxious as fuck. I just feel all the energy. You know what I mean? So you might even give off the energy of like, damn, I'm too cool for this. And it's like, it's just, you know who you are, and you're just a little anxious. You just have anxiety. You don't want to talk to people. And not everyone's going to view you as like the too cool for school person. A lot of people are going to see you as like, damn, like you're just a little shy, aren't you? Like no one's talking to you. I think that people need to come to you to talk. So people are gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna come to you and talk and see if that works. And maybe you give small talk, maybe you nod, give a handshake, not too much big, and they're like, yeah, you're just not. I see you. I see you. You're okay. You're okay by yourself. You're not sad, but I see that you want to communicate, so I'll reach out. I've had that happen a few times too. It's like those people exist, and it's like don't try and force yourself to do something that you can't do. It might be like, wow, I wish I was like that. You don't need to be like that. Okay, you're like who you are. You're the balance. You don't need to add on to one side or the other. You can be in the balance, and it's beautiful. Like, yeah, Mark, I am. I am. I am a Leo North Node. My South Node's Aquarius. That's the explain, like that's just my whole like creativity and like being able to do something like that. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. I know a lot about my past life. I'm not gonna dig into it too much because it's not about that. But you need to realize that you can do these things. Like you are able to stand up and like protect yourself, like protect your identity the way you want to, and just realize that it's not wrong to be the quiet one. It's not wrong to be the extremely hyper one. It's not a wrong thing. That's just your character. So don't let people put you down, because those people are just jealous of who you are. Like, damn, I wish I could be the quiet one, but I have so many thoughts running through my head. Or damn, I wish I could be the one running around talking to everyone because everyone seems so cool and I want to get to know people, but I pick up on energy way too much and I don't want to do that. Or I'm really nice and they're talking to someone, so I don't want to interrupt them talking to someone. You know what I mean? Like, don't force yourself into situations. Of course, do what you feel called to do always, but allow yourself to be okay with who you are and take baby steps. You gotta like really understand that, and it's hard to. Let me tell you. Um, because listen, there were a lot of times where I tried to fit in, and that shit got me in the wrong places. Let me tell you, because I was unfortunately one of those people. At first, I got dragged into the party scene. Being the quiet one, I got dragged into the party scene. And I was a menace in that scene. Let me tell you, like I was a party kid. I've always been into music and stuff, but never cared about like doing drugs and shit. But it was something about when I moved out. It was like drug central, and it was fucking crazy. And I became really popular off of that. And then I stopped, like going to parties and shit. I just reserved on myself. I still did those things because they were an addiction at the time, but I stopped. And I was like, nah, I don't want to go out and party no more. I kind of just want to sit in my room and do whatever the fuck. And One of my first turning moment actually. I was on acid, and I I was in my old apartment by myself, and with my roommate wasn't home. She was at the club, or at the bar, I should say. And I looked in the mirror, and I was staring at myself, and I was just like, I don't know what to do anymore. And I walked back into my room, and instantly I sat down in my chair, had an extreme outer body experience. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Zadkiel came down, and they were talking. Let me tell you, Michael put me in my fucking place. Oh my god, Gabrielle trying, trying her best to be a sweetheart, and Zadkiel was keeping the balance. But I literally got asked by Michael, "Do you want to live like this? Are you happy with the way you're living right now?" And I had to look around my room, and it was awful. My room was a mess. Like, I had like drugs on my table. I just broke down crying because I was like, no, I really do not like living like this. This is not what I want to do. And Mike was like, then fucking change it, because we're watching you throw your life away and we're done with it. Because I didn't know that I had this mission at all. I didn't know I had like a life purpose. I was oblivious to that at the time. But Mike was like, look, you know you're throwing your life away. Look, we got to pick you up. And I got picked up. And that was a moment in my life I will never forget, because it really woke me up to like being protected by the divine. It woke me up to like just angels. Honestly, I got angel numbers heavily after that. I got into angel numbers after that, and then I started getting tarot decks. I didn't know what the I did. Here's the thing, I didn't know what the fuck tarot was at the time. I just bought like two decks. I bought I can't pull it out. No, I can't. I don't know where it's at. But I had my original deck, and then I had like a really cool iridescent deck that I gave away. But I just started buying tarot decks. Didn't know what they were. Didn't use them. Um, Went on to my next cycle, and at the end of that cycle, I learned tarot, which is what led me to this whole cycle of like learning tarot, learning how to heal, learning how to teach, learning how to not be scared of talking. Cause uh, because I feel like the cycle's ending. I'm on my way to a new one. I truly feel that. So I'm gonna say my last cycle, my previous one. I got into streaming, and I was always scared to show my face, just to like be humorous. I just scared anxiety things, you know what I mean? And then I started the tarot channel, and you can even see like my very first videos. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. No face cam, very shaky voice. I built up confidence from not showing my face, and then one day I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna show my face." And I was scared and terrified. You can literally watch me like staring at the camera and being like, "Fuck," like it's bad. um, but you have to do those things, and I learned how not to be afraid of my face and be afraid of my humor. I just always got called annoying and said I talk too much, and I I do talk too much, but it's not a bad thing. I just, when I talk, it's important. I don't blab on for nothing. I talk, and when I got shit to say, and my the angels come down to me and help me and guide me. So it's just one of those things where like I had to learn that talking was my specialty. Something that I was told not to do, something that I didn't do a lot before, was something that really was something I was made for. And that might be something for you that you need to heal from. Maybe something that you feel uncomfortable doing um is like your specialty. Maybe you are like you're into beauty or fashion, but you're too afraid to take that first or like above it. It's perfectly fine. I mean, I'll gas you up in here. Thank you, angels. But yeah, that's just how it is. I'm seeing a Raphael is here. Come through, Raphael. Listen, I just seen like a green flame. Let's go. Thank you, Raphael. But there is just like a need to heal that. There's a need to understand that the one thing that people put you down for, yeah, it's glitchy. Yeah, they don't want me talking. That's probably why Raphael is up in this joint. I'm sorry, y'all. Shit like this happens. Let me tell you, it's dumb. They don't want me uplifting people. They don't like it. They know they can't come in chat no more. They know I read their comments. I don't respond to them no more. They know I read them though. It pisses them off. So they gotta start messing with the electronics and seeing if that works. It ain't gonna work. Listen, I'm too healed for this shit. I'm I'm over the trolling. Listen, I used to troll people all the time. I know every Gips and Gaps. Trust me. You want to troll someone? I like listen. I'm the troll person. Me and my friends pull pranks on each other a lot. Don't even get me started. But it's beautiful. And just take everything as a lesson. That was a big lesson for me, was ignoring chat. Well, not ignoring chat, but reading it and then like just acknowledging that there's gonna be acknowledging what it was like to be on the opposite side of some sort of trolling. Because I never been on the opposite side. I always been the one like, oh, I'm gonna say this and that to them and make them in the middle of readings was a rough challenge, but I healed from that. So if that's something you're scared of doing, just know that you can. There is literally an option when you stream to turn chat off if you need to. And I've done that a few times too, I'm not even gonna lie. But take it one step at a time and just realize that it's like whatever you need to do. It's beautiful though. Like, because it shows you how much you grow. It becomes like a natural state. You end up just like, oh yeah, you know. Because I look in chat, I literally read, this is funny. This had cracking up after I ended stream, but I noticed that one of the last streams that I had a big ass nose. Let me tell you, I was on a soccer team, and they called me a pterodactyl because my nose was big, and that shit had me laughing. So like, don't let people like make fun of you, dude. Don't let people make fun of you for your appearance. What are you gonna do about it? Like what? And want me to spend like $1 million on rhinoplasty and get that shit fixed? Like hell no, bitch. I'm gonna sit here with my big ass nose. You can look at it. You can look at it all day long. I don't care. But just make light of it, man. Make light of it. Listen, it is a fine nose. Ain't nothing wrong with having a big honker. Okay? Let me tell you. It's called sniffing out. I got a big nose. I got a good sense of smell. No, but you gotta you gotta make light of it. If you can't, I remember writing this down on a post-it note at the very start of this previous path I've been on. And it was, if you can't laugh at your problems, that's your first problem. If you cannot laugh at your own problems, that is your first problem. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. Okay? Because don't take this in a bad way. This is not a bad way at all. This is something that I had to tell myself for the longest time. Your existence on this planet is one of the funniest things ever. It is one of the funniest, like to me it is at least, because it's like you're on this planet, right? And you're here learning. And while you're learning, you have I don't know how to talk about it without like laughing, but you have people like eating poisonous things and getting visions. You have you have basically just ghosts and invisible people talking to you and helping you the whole way. Um you have private parts that people get mad at. Um you have colors that make people upset. You have colors that make people call you names. It doesn't make sense to me. There's so much humor in it, but everyone's so upset. They take it so personally. It's like, no. Like, what? Like, some people got big heads. Some people have tiny heads. There's nothing wrong with that. Why are you getting mad at it? Like, there's not, like, it's one of the funniest things. It's literally like you're playing The Sims, and your higher self said, let me. It's like your higher self literally said, let me make one of the goofiest characters that I can think of, and I'll just do it. And that's what they do. And then it's like, yep, that's the vessel that I want to have. That right there, that's the one. That'll teach me a lesson. And then here you are. And it's like, damn, you gotta learn how to love yourself. You gotta learn how to laugh at yourself. Because it's not a bad thing to laugh at yourself. Having humility is one of the strongest tools you can have. If you can literally make fun of yourself, you're invincible. Because listen, people make fun of people all the time. If you can't do it to yourself, listen, you're lost. Nothing bad, but like you might be lost if you can't laugh at yourself. If you can't take a quick stab to yourself, or a jab or something, You know what I mean? Like, it's rough. It sucks sometimes, you know, but you got to do it. And it's like, I don't know, people get so upset about the smallest things, and everyone's, you know, oh, like men do this, women do that. And you know, men do things that women do, and women do things that men do. So why are you blaming it on them when you are doing the same? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Matrix is such a funny little thing because everyone's so caught up on like what's right and wrong without realizing that nothing is right, nothing is wrong, everything is predicted onto 3D by humans in your ego. So if someone says something's wrong, it's right for other people. But why are you getting mad? Like, listen, just chill. Okay, they're not liking me talk about it. They trying to shut this shit down for good. But there's just a need to understand that. And just that's just where the whole forgiving and healing comes from, honey. Let me tell you. Like, laughter is the best medicine. Making light of situations is one of the most interesting, intricate things that you can do. And all you have to do is just remember that you have these invisible goblins around you. Not calling everyone, not saying goblin, the goblin in a neutral term, because you know everything, you know. But it's just you have these angels around you who are constantly trying to talk to you, and you're not paying attention to them because you're not understanding their language, and they're like, "I want you to do this," and you feel that in your soul, but then you do something else, and it's like, "Damn," you know what I mean? Like, it's all just a funny, like, it's a trust exercise. It's almost like a joke, but it's not like a bad joke. It's just a joke that you don't quite understand yet. But the more you understand it's a joke, the more you understand it. And that's just the whole thing. Because angels and demons and shit, listen, angels are lighthearted entities. All right? Angels are so lighthearted they floating, you know? They ain't enter and we can't hear them very well. They have like different ranges, they have different visuals, you know? And then you have demons, which you can't even trust those fuckers, dude. They'll do what you say, but then you gotta do something for them. You know what I mean? Like, it's a funny joke. It's like, who are you gonna trust? Someone you're gonna be in debt to for the rest of your life, or someone that's just gonna like kind of like communicate with you and show you the way to go, but also just have like, you know, a bit of bumps in the way. Like, it's just like that's the game. That's the joke. Are you gonna trust a liar or a truther? You know what I mean? But that's what I got for you for this. That's all I have. That's all that spirit's given me. Um, so I hope this helped. I hope this like rings something in with you. Thank you so much for the donation again. If you want to email me to get a reading or however, I got the email down there. I also have the Google Sheets, the Google, like, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know, Google form, thank you. The Google form. If you want to like get an extra one of the services that I offer. Um, or just whatever, you know? But thank you so much for the donations. Thank you for spending time here and learning. The likes, comment, share, subscribes. It all means the world to me. I love you all so much. I love you all to the moon and back, truly. And I'm gonna see you all later.